Copyright disclaimer. Allowance is made for fair use for purposes such as criticism, comment, news reporting, teaching, scholarship, education, and research. This content is not made for children and has been created by your girl Anna B for conversations and to bring awareness to certain cases. Viewer discretion is advised. Lashaun Thompson Beal was born on September 19, 1964, in Cleveland, Ohio. She was born to May Etta Green and Jimmy Lee Thompson. Raised in a military environment and was a proud Army brat, as her father served and retired from the United States Army. As her mother's only child, she was involved in various groups and organizations growing up. Her mother was a Sunday school teacher and much more. After high school, she was determined to see out all her hopes, dreams, and desires. She taught floral design at Shaw High School in East Cleveland after earning her certificate and becoming a local vendor. In 1991, she followed her vision and accomplished one of her goals by becoming a licensed practical nurse. In 1997, she embarked on another journey and started We've Only Just Begun bridal and event planning. She later added a catering service to the business, and Lashaun was widely known in the community. Eventually, she opened a small shop in Cleveland. Lashaun found such happiness in catering to her community, her friends, and church family. Talented and charming, she enjoyed exploring her talents and trying new things. And she absolutely loved the adventures she experienced with her children and grandchildren. Lashaun was a mother of three. Her firstborn and only son, Christopher, her middle child, Aubrielle, and her youngest daughter, Brianka. Looking at Lashaun's Facebook page, you'll find many posts with her expressing her love for her children, her siblings, and family, how she loved and missed both her parents, and many posts expressing her thankfulness for life and gratitude for the support she's received over the years. Photos of her cooking, her grandbabies, and much more. She just seemed like a big ball of good energy. Behind that, though, there was some negative energy and challenge that Lashaun had faced. I don't know if she dealt with it alone or others were aware, but the relationship between Lashaun and her firstborn daughter was a bit rocky. In 2013, mother and daughter actually appeared on an episode of Judge Mathis. Lashaun had taken Aubrielle to the show to settle a small claim suit, but they also discussed their relationship.
Plaintiff Lashaun Thompson Beal is a single mother who has used tough love to raise her three children, including her middle child, the defendant. Lashaun claims when she physically disciplines the defendant, she calls the police on Lashaun, and they've been called to her home 8 times. Lashaun suing her daughter for the remainder of the judgment. Defendant Aubrielle Beal understands that she's not the perfect child and admits that she and her mom have gotten into a lot of physical altercations, but she claims it's mainly because she's defending herself against her mother. Aubrielle insists she has been repaying the debt.
Tell me what's going on.
Well, first of all, I just want to say that I'm elated to be before you. You exemplify some of the structure and standards that I hold for myself, and that is tough love. As a single mother, I have exemplified that in raising my 3 children. Unfortunately, I am here with my daughter, which is my middle child, and I have tried in all the years that she has been in my life to ratify that to her. Unfortunately, it has not worked.
Well, this isn't tough love. This is straight up getting your money. 3,000 ain't tough love. You're supposed to sue, but go ahead. In
due respect of that, Your Honor, Aubrielle has been a challenging child to me. She has over and repeatedly have told me lies. This is why we're here today. She has sent her to college. She came back home on the weekend and got caught stealing. She's from coming up, hid boys in the house and done things that I did not respectfully raise her up to be. As a young child, I came from a single parent home. My mother used to whip my butt with extension cords. Never have I ever called the police on my mother. My daughter, every time she goes fly off the mouth, I hit her in the mouth, she runs right to the police department. I've been called 8 times to policemen. Every time they come to my house and they look how beautiful my house is and see how I raise her, they go right back out the house and say, you deal with her. I've done this repeatedly, and at this time, Your Honor, I'm at my wit's end. I have no more. I have no more in me, but the structure that I've given her to.
Right, that's all you need. That's all you need to give her is the structure. She'll come around, she'll wake up, and the good news I hear is that you got her to go to college. That's great. Let me hear from you. Give me some background.
I understand that I am not the perfect child, and as she refers to me as the problem child, but we have been through a lot, and I feel like being
a lot like her, what? Give me some examples.
Her as my mother, we get into a lot of physical altercations.
Since what age?
Since I was really little, like elementary.
She would give you spankings? Is that what you mean?
Yes.
Okay. That's not we getting the physical altercations. That's I have been getting spankings since I was in the 5th grade.
Well, when I got older, it became physical altercation.
Meaning you began to hit your mother?
Well, I never put my hands on my mother, but it comes to the point where I try to get her to get off of me. Like as I got older.
Why does she have to get on you in the first place?
Because I feel like if you're gonna tell us to go to a counselor and put us through counseling, and they tell her don't put your hands on your kids, but when we leave and go home, then you put your hands on us. I feel like what else am I supposed to do?
You all did go to counseling?
I sent her to counseling, and she said that it wasn't working because I was the problem. I even went to counseling. But when I tell you to do something and I tell you to shut up, I mean shut up and listen to what I'm saying. Counseling can't help that. I'm sorry.
I like everything I'm hearing from you, other than the physical part. You know, that's part of a tradition from way back that people engage in, and some still engage in it. But the studies have shown that it instills violence in the children as a way to resolve conflict. You violent towards your children because your mother was violent towards you. Now you can go to jail for that.
Correct.
Go get the switch. As my mother used to tell me, go get the switch. Used to whip me every day. Belt, switch, whatever. Didn't do anything. Made me violent when I went out in the street. I said, oh, but I get whippings. I get hit with a switch. So if you cross me, I'm going to do something to you. So just a little insight, something to give some thought to.
I appreciate
it.
But
yeah, that's a lot of times the violence begets violence. That's what that would be. That's what that suggests. You know, folks think that once things happen one time and you stop it, that it's never going to happen. It's all wiped out. No, it's called a legacy, and it keeps going. Keep passing it down. All right, that's our history lesson and our sociology lesson for today. Now, what is this $3,000 judgment?
October 9th of this past 2012, I was taking my other daughter to the drugstore, and I got pulled over by the police. I was speeding, and I got a ticket. And he went and took my license, and in the city that I live in, and he went to run my plate, and he came back, and he was really nice about it. He said, Ms. Thompson, Beal, your license are suspended. I'm like, what? I said, for what? He said, well, they said you were involved in a motor vehicle accident. I said, I've never had an accident in my truck, nothing. So I went to work the next day and I looked it up. I called the BMV. The BMV had told me that they had suspended my license because on June 29th, that my vehicle was involved in a car accident. I went and researched it and come to find out, I came home and asked both of my daughters who was in my truck on the 29th. She was taking my other daughter to her orientation for a summer job, and she hit a gentleman in the parking lot. So I had to go hire an attorney that charged me $500 to represent me to get my license back. So I had to go to court, and they charged me a $359 fine, $50 reinstatement fee to get my license back. Then the judgment was $3,827.83 damage. Well, I told her, I said, since you did this, you got to pay
Right.
for it.
She work? You work?
Yes, I have 2 jobs.
And has she been making?
She
What
made
is the
3
payment
payments.
plan?
She
What
made
was the payment plan?
The promissory note says $150 every month by the 15th.
Let's see it, please. And has she made them on time?
She made 1 late and 2 on time, because she told me she didn't realize that due on the 15th means it needs to be to the lady by the 15th.
When did she give it to you?
On the 15th.
On the 15th, and it's due on the 15th. But I had to go take her. I took her to the bank to get the money. If you take somebody to the bank to get the money, aren't they just supposed to come and give it to you when you get in the car? She gets in the car, she take and put it in her purse. I said, I drive, and I'm like, I don't want to ask her for the money. She got the money. But now I got to ask her for it.
You got to beg her for the money that she owes you.
Right, so I'm like, okay, Aubrey, are you going to give me the money? Oh, I didn't know I had. I'm like, okay,
Play
Aubrey, give me the
crazy
money. So I don't want to go through this anymore, because, and I'm trying to explain to her and raise her up right. If you do something, make sure that you can pay for what you do. You cannot pay this $3,000 off of 2 little part-time jobs that I done made you get up off your behind and go get.
Yeah. Well, just make her get a 3rd one or do whatever. If you did get your money, or however she get it. Steal, boost, credit card fraud, whatever. I'm just having a little fun
That's
here.
tough love.
That's right. That's what you get for coming in here giving your mother all these headaches. I'm going to mess with you and embarrass you. All right. So, what's your defense?
After she told me that it was supposed to be to the lady by the 15th, I've been giving her the money on time.
All right, but you did breach when you were late. However late. When you breach a contract, they can accelerate and say, I want it all right now.
Yep.
That's what she can do that. $3,378. I congratulate you on raising a great family by yourself, a single lady.
Yes, I am.
Great. Congratulations.
Thank you, Your Honor.
All right. Good luck. Thank you for playing.
She's still my mommy.
I just thank God that I had the privilege to use some tough love. Sorry it had to be on national television, but hopefully we can put this behind us and she can go to college and make her own money and do what the judge said do. I love you.
I love you too.
As you heard, mother and daughter had a history of disputes, with the police being called 8 times already by 2013. Fast forward to 2018, Lashaun called the police twice that year for issues with Arbrielle. In one of the incidents on October 26, Lashaun reported that the two were arguing because Arbrielle ate half of her Arby's sandwich. Arbrielle had bumped her mother with her chest and threatened to throw her down a flight of stairs. Arbrielle was arrested, and police instructed Lashaun to follow up with the city's prosecutor if she wanted to file charges. A month later, Lashaun reported her daughter had thrown a bleach-soaked mop on her while she was sick and bedridden. She told police Arbrielle was upset with her because she was sick. Lashaun was not injured in that incident, and of course, Arbrielle denied that. She said to the police that she was trying to clean up after her mother and accidentally splashed her with bleach. Again, Arbrielle was arrested, but there were no charges filed. In April of 2021, another 911 call came from Lashaun's residence in Cleveland.
April 9, 2021, 10:38, 56.
Hello? Cleveland ambulance. Okay, stop me. I can't understand you.
Please send the ambulance to 19600 Arrowhead, please.
Okay, all right, listen. You got to lower your voice because I can't understand you, please.
Oh, my God.
Say it again.
19600 Arrowhead.
Okay, Arrowhead. Okay. Is it a single home?
Yes.
All right. What's the phone
No, it's a two-family.
from?
My cell phone. It's my mother, man, but I just went in there and she on the floor, just blood everywhere.
Okay, what do you mean blood? From where?
I don't know. I just,
Okay, listen, I got to know how to help you. That's why I'm asking. Calm down so I can help you. How old is your mother?
She's 50.
Okay, where's the blood? I need to know where that blood coming from.
I just,
We can help.
all I see, listen, my son in the car, all I see
Okay,
was her
is
laying
she
on the
awake?
floor. No, she's not. She's
Is she
cold.
breathing? Oh,
No.
okay.
I don't know. I don't think so.
You think she's beyond help?
Oh, my God. Please, Lord, don't let my mama be dead.
Sir, they're already on the way. Is she beyond help? Can we help her?
Oh, God.
You don't want to go try to help?
Yes, I got my son in the car now. I'm so bad.
How old is your son?
He's 30.
Oh, okay. Nobody else is there with you. Okay, the ambulance. Don't cry. The ambulance is on the way. You said blood is everywhere? Okay. All right. Don't. Okay. I got everybody coming for you, okay? Okay, sir, let me ask you this, please. Can you put somebody else? What kind of blood do you see?
There's blood that's coming from, like under her.
There's blood under her body, not coming out of her mouth or nose?
No, she wasn't breathing.
No. Tell them you need to listen to me. Tell them you need to listen to me. The blood wasn't coming out of her mouth and nose?
Oh my God. I got my phone with me. I don't want to see her.
Okay. All right. They're on the way, sir. You said 19600 Arrowhead.
I got three.
Okay, did you hear me?
Yes, I'm listening.
I said 19600 Arrowhead.
Yes.
Okay, they're on the way for you, okay?
Okay.
Uh-huh.
What happened?
I don't know. I just came to check on my mama, man. She just laying in the floor. Me and my son.
Unfortunately, it was too late. 56-year-old Lashaun Thompson Beal was pronounced dead on arrival. Family had started to arrive on scene as word spread of Lashaun's passing, but guess who didn't show up? 27-year-old Arbriel. Lashaun's beloved only son found his mother on her kitchen floor in a pool of her blood with multiple gunshot wounds to her head and her body. There was no sign of a break-in according to police, and investigators found that the last call to Lashaun's cell phone came from Arbriel's boyfriend. Police tracked Arbriel down to a home in East Cleveland around 11 p.m. that night, and she was arrested on suspicion of aggravated murder, and she was held on $1 million bond. She was formally indicted on April 15th, 2021 on 5 counts: aggravated murder, 2 counts of murder, and 2 counts of felonious assault. Each count included both a 1- and 3-year firearm specification. What led to the altercation, police did not say, and to be honest, there was not much. There wasn't enough coverage on this case. The only coverage I found was on Arbriel's initial arrest and her being held on $1 million bond. I've made a request to obtain records related to the case, which I've been waiting on for a while, but as soon as I get a hold of them and if they have any new information, I'll be sure to share. But in the meantime, we know what we know, and we know that from Lashaun's own words and the police reports. During a pretrial hearing held on April 26, 2021 via video due to the COVID-19 outbreak, Arbriel was referred to the court psychiatric clinic for a competency evaluation. She had already entered a plea of not guilty at her first court appearance, which was earlier that month. According to the online court docket, defendant Arbriel Beal has a psychotic disorder or intellectual function below an IQ of 75. In her report dated May 19, 2021, Dr. Kathleen Cruz determined that Arbriel was incompetent to stand trial, but there was a substantial probability of restoration to competency within the statutory time frame if provided with a course of treatment. All parties accepted the evaluation, and on June 1, 2021, the court found Arbriel incompetent and ordered her to inpatient treatment for competency restoration at North Coast Behavioral Health under the supervision of the Court Evaluation Unit. She was to remain in the county jail until a bed became available at North Coast. It was also ordered that she be returned back to the jail by the sheriff as soon as the forensic examiner of North Coast Behavioral Health finds that she is either competent to stand trial or is unable to be restored to competency. Her case was then transferred to the mental health docket. On October 14, 2021, Arbriel was returned back to the county jail, and the following day, Dr. Hatters Friedman filed a competency restoration report that Arbriel had been restored to competency. The court accepted the doctor's opinion in March of 2022. The case was continued still at the request of Arbriel and her defense as she was being evaluated by an independent psychologist. Her trial was set for August 22, 2022. However, 20 days before her trial was set to begin, Arbriel changed her former plea of not guilty and entered a plea of guilty to murder with a firearm specification of 3 years. The remaining counts, the state decided to drop. On August 30th, Arbriel was sentenced to 3 years on the firearm specification to be served prior to and consecutive to the underlying sentence of life with the possibility of parole after 15 years, for a total sentence of life with the possibility of parole after 18 years. She did receive jail time credit for the 507 days that she spent incarcerated in the county jail. She was admitted into Ohio's Department of Rehabilitation and Correction on September 7th, 2022. She's housed at the Ohio Reformatory for Women, and her first parole board hearing will be sometime in February of 2039. I send many blessings to both Christopher and Brianka and Lashaun's entire family, the community. She was well loved, well known, and I know this was a great impact for all of those who knew and loved Lashaun.
I just would like to say this is election time. We are getting excited. We are believing God. And if you don't know like I know what he's done for me, then just get in him and he will show you and lead you through. But I just want to take a time just to have some fun. It's election time. Why not? How many of you all know the 50 states in alphabetical order? I challenge you. Sing along with me. 50 nifty United States from 13 original colonies. 50 nifty stars in the flag that billows so beautifully in the breeze. Each individual state delivers the quality that is great. Each individual state deserves a bow. Let's salute them now. 50 nifty United States from 13 original colonies. Count 'em, scout 'em, tell all about 'em. One by one till we give 'em a day to every state.
May the memories and Lashaun's presence remain with all of you forever. Rest in peace to Lashaun Renee Thompson Beal.